Hello everyone. This is in continuation with the third lecture. What we had discussed last time was about the steps, 5 steps in breeding a new genetic variety of a crop. The last point that we had discussed was about testing, release and commercialization of new cultivar, that is a new crop. In this, the hybrid crop or hybrid seed that is obtained by hybridization technique method, that is grown in the research field under different ideal condition by providing ideal condition like fertilizer application, irrigation and other crop practices or crop management practices. And then when the crop is grown, so at that time evaluation is done in the research field, that is noted down, and this cultivation of the hybrid seed is not done in one part of the country. It is done in different climatic condition, in different zone of climatic condition. We are talking different locations where that particular crop is usually grown, and then based on that the performance is evaluated. Later on, once it becomes successful, once it is noted down that particular variety of the crop that is obtained is successful in growing in most of the agroclimatic zone, so that is made available to the general farmer, that is common public, you can say, where they are going to grow into their agricultural field, and after growing they get the yield. The yield is much better than the seeds that they were using earlier. Now you know about our country, that our country is an agricultural country. So how much role does it play in our GDP and also to provide the job, otherwise the employment? So here, if you just see here, approximately around 33% of India's GDP, 33% in India's GDP, that is the role played from agricultural sector, and it also provides employment to around 62% of the population. 62% of the population is provided employment in agriculture sector. Now one of the main challenge that our country was facing was to produce enough food for increasing population. Now over here it is necessary to talk that land area does not increase with time. Land area वही रहने वाला है, but the population is increasing. So how to provide food for the increasing population, that is the main problem. So how it can be done? That was done by using several high yielding varieties of wheat and rice. That was in 1960s, which led to the increase in food production in our country, and that is the phase which is called as Green Revolution. We will talk little later about Green Revolution. Two persons, Norman E. Borlaug, who was working in Mexico, and from our country Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, who is also called as father of Green Revolution in India. Now we will talk about three small topics, that is talking about the particular crop. One is wheat and rice. The first one we are discussing here is wheat and rice. Now during the period starting from 1960 to 2000, there has been increase in wheat and rice production. Means it has been noted that there has been more production of wheat and rice from 1960 to 2000. Here I have converted that into tabular form. Crop is here wheat and rice, year is here 1960 and 2000. Now in 1960 the values given here is mentioned in million ton, and this side also same thing. So let us see for wheat. First of all, wheat is the crop. The production of wheat in 1960 was around how much? 11 million tons, which increased to 75 million ton by the year 2000. And second example is coming for rice. The production here is or was 35 million ton in 1960, which increased to 89.5 million ton by the year 2000. Now, how this was possible? Because of development of semi-dwarf variety of wheat and rice. What is that? Semi-dwarf varieties of wheat and rice. Now, where these varieties were developed, that is the main thing. Now, for that, Norman E. Borlaug, I had mentioned few minutes back, Nobel laureate means what? He has been awarded Nobel Prize for this. He worked at International Center for Wheat and Maize Improvement in Mexico. He developed this semi-dwarf wheat first of all. Over here one is mentioned about what? 1963. In 1963 were two varieties here of wheat, Sonalika and Kalyan Sona. These two varieties were हाई यील्डिंग एंड डिजीज रेजिस्टेंट. मतलब ये दोनों प्रॉपर्टी, दोनों कैरेक्टर उसके अंदर था. कौन सा है? एक ज़्यादा प्रोडक्शन का, हाई यील्ड की बात कर रहे हैं, और दूसरा जो है वो डिजीज रेजिस्टेंट यानी बीमारी से लड़ने की क्षमता. बोथ ऑफ दिस प्रॉपर्टीज वेयर देयर विथ सोनालिका एंड कल्याण, and these two were introduced all over the wheat growing belt of our country India. The second example we will take for rice. We talked in the table above. So here semi-dwarf rice varieties were developed from IR8. Now this is a variety which was developed at International Rice Research Institute, in short IRRI, and कहाँ पर है ये? फिलीपाइंस में. एंड दूसरा एक और वेराइटी क्या बात करें? ताइचुंग नेटिव 1, that was from Taiwan. The derivatives which were obtained from IR8 and Taichung native 1 were introduced in 1966. And later on in India, two varieties were developed, Jaya and Ratna. And for this, the credit goes to Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, who is also known as father of Green Revolution in India. His effort only brought India to self-sufficiency in terms of food crop production. Again, that was by what? Producing semi-dwarf variety of wheat and rice. We have talked about wheat and rice both here. So that was for wheat and rice. The second example we will take for sugarcane. We will take for sugarcane. Second example. Second example, sugarcane. Now over here, whatever information is there, that I have converted into three small tables. One of the species of sugarcane, which is called as Saccharum barberi. What is that? Saccharum barberi. And second one is Saccharum officinarum. Now the first one, let us see the property or character of Saccharum barberi. This was originally grown in North India, but the problem was that it had poor sugar content and yield. मतलब शुगर भी कम था उसमें, और दूसरा चीज़ है उसमें क्या चीज़ कम था? यील्ड भी कम था, यानी प्रोडक्शन भी कम था. लेकिन दूसरा है स्पीशीज इस सेम शुगर केन का, यहाँ पर देखते हैं क्या है ये? सैक्रम ऑफिसिनेरम का. इसका क्या है प्रॉपर्टी? इट वाज ग्रोन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इन साउथ इंडिया. इसकी अच्छाई क्या थी? इट हैड थिकर स्टेम एंड हैड हाई शुगर कंटेंट. मतलब थिकर स्टेम हो गया तो उसमें शुगर कंटेंट भी ज़्यादा. बट द प्रॉब्लम वॉज दैट इट डिड नॉट ग्रो वेल इन नॉर्थ इंडिया. मतलब इसको अगर नॉर्थ इंडिया में ग्रो किया जाए तो प्रोडक्टिविटी जाने दो, पहले तो ग्रो नहीं करता था ठीक से, तो एज अ रिजल्ट द यील्ड, द शुगर कंटेंट, बोथ ऑफ देम कैन नॉट बी रिसीव. बोथ ऑफ दिस वेराइटीज वेयर हाइब्रिडाइज्ड. दोनों के बीच में क्या किया, क्रॉसिंग किया गया. एंड ये क्रॉसिंग करने के बाद एक हाइब्रिड वेराइटी मिला. एंड इस हाइब्रिड वेराइटी का प्रॉपर्टी सब कुछ अच्छा. देखो जरा, द टू स्पीसीज वर सक्सेसफुली क्रॉस टू गेट शुगर केन वेराइटीज कंबाइनिंग द डिजायरेबल क्वालिटीज. इसमें क्या क्वालिटी थी हाइब्रिड वेराइटी का, हाई यील्ड, अच्छी बात है, प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ गया. थिकर स्टेम हुआ तो हाई शुगर कंटेंट. एंड it also had what ability to grow in the sugar cane belt of नॉर्थ इंडिया. मतलब जहाँ कहीं भी शुगर केन नॉर्थ इंडिया में ग्रो किया जाता है वहाँ पर आराम से ये ग्रो कर पाता था. तो इसलिए क्या हुआ, ये हाइब्रिडाइजेशन सक्सेसफुल हुआ, वेयर द टू वेराइटीज वंस अगेन सेकरम बारबेरी एंड सेकरम ऑफिसिनेरम, दोनों के कैरेक्टर को क्या कर दिया गया, हाइब्रिडाइज करके एक प्लांट में लाए. दैट इज अ वेराइटी विच इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट, हाइब्रिड वेराइटी ऑफ शुगर केन, विच is able to grow in North India also. And that also the yield was more, the sugar content was more, it was having thicker stem, all properties were better or improved. The third example we will take of millets. Now millets are what, hybrid maize, jowar and bajra, they have been successfully developed in India. And these hybrid varieties of millets have led for the development of several high yielding variety which is resistant to water stress also. Now I don't know if you know about millets. These are actually having small grains, very small grain, and these are grown in dry areas. मतलब इसको पानी की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है. और इससे मेनली हमको क्या मिलता है, फ्लोर मिलता है, यानी कि आटा मिलता है, लोट, गुजराती में लोट बोलते हैं ना. तो दैट इज अवेलेबल हियर विद द मिलेट एंड दैट इज यूटिलाइज्ड एज अ सीरियल, जो कि डे टू डे फूड में इंक्लूड होता है. तो लेट अस क्लोज ओवर हियर. नेक्स्ट वीडियो विल कंटिन्यू विद द सिलेबस.